Welcome back. I'm here in Sino. I haven't been out here with you guys in a couple of years, I think. Our flight back to Wewak. It's crummy weather here. It's crummy weather there. Rain here, rain there. Probably about 600 foot, more or less overcast with scattered showers here. So let's get started. Showing you how I'm going to get out of here when it's not so great weather without an IFR departure. So we'll introduce our low idle. And ITT and everything else is coming up just as normal. Well, I barely made it in here. Basically had to come down below the clouds about 30 miles out and then fly up the river to be able to get in here. But on the way out, we should be able just to pop through the clouds and get out of here. But it's basically an overcast starting around 5,000 foot all the way down to about anywhere from 500 to 1,000, depending on where it is. So, well, we've got 770 pounds of fuel. And let's go ahead and get our flight plan in here. We've got Sino to Wewak. Invert this flight plan that we have saved already. And we'll rotate out of here at 54 knots. Alright, our fuel caps and selectors are good. Our TAWS is turned off. Switches and instruments. We're going all the way up to 11,000 feet on the way back. We've already got our VREF set in. We'll center up our bug for takeoff. My plan of action is takeoff. I can only see about a mile ahead of me with rain and clouds, so left-hand turn out all the way back to actually, let's go to the north initially, because I know that there's no mountains behind me. Got flaps set at 20, we'll get our trim set up. We're going to be airspeed alive by those little bushes on the right up there. Not little bushes, but I know which ones I'm talking about. Or we'll stop on the runway. If we have to stop and go off the runway for any reason, we'll just continue off straight ahead. After takeoff, pitching for 85 knots, considering EPL, considering feather. If we have to feather, it's cut off, pull off, and shut off. Back to lowest terrain, emergencies and masters, crack my door. Alright, that is good. Harnesses and high idle. We are sea level 30 degrees, so 1540. Ignition condition flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo, taxi. Alright, we'll get him afterwards. Leave that down. And let's go. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses, 1540, rotate 54 with a left-hand turn out of here up to 11,000. 1540. There we go. For cassette, ITT is a little low, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Nose wheel just above the ground. Now we're continuing. There's our rotate. Push the nose over, get my speeds up. ITT is fine. Right at 740. And we'll climb on out. Alright, still looks like it's, kind of like an overcast. 600-ish. I'm going to go ahead and turn now before I get into the rain. Actually, it looks like it's a little bit better. Yep, here I'm at 600, so probably 700 foot overcast. So we get on course. There's no mountains here at all, so we're going to go ahead and get right on course and go IMC on in and climb on up. Let's get 10 degrees of flaps though. Go 0 degrees of flaps as we're trying to connect into our magenta brick line here, and we'll bring our prop on back ever so slowly because I am at sea level. I don't want to spike up my torque too much. Over 100 knots. We're cleared terrain as of right now. Go ahead and turn our TAWS back on. Heading mode, get our autopilot going so we can connect, have it fly for us. It's a little bit safer than me. And we will go ahead and try to call up Moresby now. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo, departure. Moresby 1267, November Tango Kilo, departure. Bring our ITT on back to 720 while we're waiting for him for a climb. Moresby 1267, November Tango Kilo. Moresby 65908, November Tango Kilo. Okay, well, I'll try a couple other frequencies here. So my guesstimation getting back into WEWAC is I probably will have to shoot the approach. It was raining when I got out of there, not too hard, but the forecast was showing it progressively getting worse as the day goes on. So by the time I get back there around 12:50 or so, 12:45, that's about the time that's going to be starting to ramp up. So I'm kind of expecting in my head to be shooting the approach. We'll go over that here in a minute while we climb all the way up to 11,000. All right, starting to see a little bit above me now, so should be breaking out, which is about the same as what I was thinking. When I came in, it was right around 5,000 foot. So there we go. Beautiful. Moresby 6538, November Tango Kilo. The joys of radios in New Guinea.
November Tango Kilo, Mosgad.
Good day. November Tango Kilo departed Sino, time 50. Currently tracking 076 on climb 1000. Estimating overhead Arkosame 17. WEWAC 41.
November Tango Kilo, copied. Not above 1000, QNH is 100, no for traffic.
I'm sorry, say again, QNH please, November Tango Kilo.
November Tango Kilo, QNH is still 1010.
1010, November Tango Kilo. Put that in my standby, as well as right here, we're just going through 7,000, so it's flashing at me a little bit.
Moresby Hotel Charlie Mike 126447.
Hotel Charlie Mike, Mosgad.
Moresby Hotel Charlie Mike, operation is normal this time. Expecting circuit area WEWAC at 0224.
Hotel Charlie Mike, Roger.
Now we're level at 11,000. We're going to go ahead and bring our torque right up back to 1250. Our ITT should just be right below 700. And we'll bring our prop run back to 2,000 as well, just some slight adjustments. Looking ahead, it actually looks like some of those clouds might have rained off. Can't quite tell yet. It looks like they rained off, potentially. We'll see. We'll pick back up once we get closer into WEWAC. So you guys can see, we've just got about 20 more minutes to go. To be honest, I can't really tell if I can get in there visually or not. There is another airplane, or helicopter, landing in about 3 minutes there. So after he lands, I'm hoping to contact him and get an appreciation of the weather in WEWAC so I can get QNH and let me know if I actually need to shoot the approach or if I can just do my arrival. This is the arrival. We're coming in from this direction over here by the 2.5. Now I can basically get all the way down to 3,100 feet, my minimum descent altitude. Now my approach, if we head over here to the approach tab, I can get all the way down to 1,010 foot if I do not have, I only have the forecast, which is just the area QNH, but if I can get a hold of Hotel Charlie Mike and ask him for it, then I can go down another 100 feet. Then, worst case scenario, if even the approach does not work, we have another arrival. Let me show you this one here. That's over top of the water, so basically the airstrip out towards the over the ocean. And it gets me all the way down to 650. So, worst case, I could just basically go out over the ocean, down to 650, do a 180, come back in. Most of the time it's nice over top of the water. Looking out that way, it's kind of grayish, but I think that it's going to be nice. Even at WEWAC, I still think it is. A lot of the build-up clouds, they're not really the same. Like, they're a lot thinner looking, like they've rained out since I came. So, that's the plan right now. He's landing at time 24. I haven't heard him on the radio yet, so I'm just going to call him at 24. Approaching my top of descent here in another 30 seconds, it will want me to start heading down. And it looks like I'm going to have to go IMC if I want to stick with my 600 feet per minute on my descent, which is fine with me. If we do choose to do that, I'm basically forcing myself now to either do one of these two things. I think I'm going to first stick with my arrival, and worst case scenario, I'll do the approach if I have to. So what we can do is select the approach,
vertical track,
Alpha, and what was it? It was at Whiskey Delta. Do minimums on Barrow down to 1,010. And we're going to just load that. I just want to put it in there so that I can get a better picture of where I need to start making my way over. But it looks like I'm going directly to Whiskey Delta regardless. So let's head on down at 600 feet per minute. And we're going to go down to 5,000 feet initially. It's almost 2.5 now. Hotel Charlie Mike, 1267, November Tango Kilo, request. Well, I don't hear him. And another thing we can do is we can actually share this right over to the map, and it puts it on there as well, so I can see another visual thing, how close I am coming up to my points. Like my initial approach fix, things like that. At this point, because I'm basically lined up perfectly with Whiskey Delta, it really wouldn't be any more advantageous to try to do the arrival. It'd actually be probably a little bit wiser to maybe just shoot the approach. If I am IMC, then I will just shoot the approach, because that guarantees me lower for sure. But I don't know. I'm still kind of hoping that it's going to be nice. If you're wondering, if this is one of your first videos, why don't you just check the weather in WEWAC? Well, I don't have a way to check the weather in WEWAC. People that typically text to get the weather, they're not there right now. We don't have ATIS or anything like that. And the forecast was saying that it was supposed to be kind of rainy by the time I get back, so it is what it is. That's what it is here in PNG. Hotel Charlie Mike, November Tango Kilo, 1267. Sounds like...
Yeah, up on 1267. We're just landing 28 now at WEWAC.
After landing, would you mind giving me an appreciation with the QNH as well? Thanks.
Roger that. We've got heavy rain outbound to the southeast of the field, right out to the east and down to the south, but clear to the north and out to the northwest.
And local QNH, please. That's good. It's raining to the south, all the way up to the apron, it sounded like you said, but it is clear to the north-northwest where I'm coming from. It was 1012 when I left there.
Yeah, 1016.
1016, confirm?
Roger that, AFib.
Thanks so much. It seems a bit high, but okay, 1016, he's on the ground, so... What that allows me to do is come on down here to my Barrow and come all the way down to 910 feet now. If you look here, with the actual QNH or Class B, we'll be do 910. Again, I'm planning on breaking out because he's saying that it's clear to the north. I might be seeing the coastline, maybe, through some rain, but I can't really tell. That seems a bit close. Once we get up here, if I do see that it's 100% clear, I'll just break off the approach if I could just continue on visually, but I'm seeing the coastline, I'm seeing the island out there just as a second confirmation that yes, it is the, I'm seeing the peninsula right there at WEWAC, so that's good. Let's go back here, hit direct 2. That way I have all my times and numbers for there. I could even come here and turn all the way down to, let's just say 500. Need 900 feet per minute to get there. Yeah, definitely quite a bit of rain up here, just to the south of the field as well as to the east. Pretty heavy rain actually, so worked out well that that's all down there, not here. Fuel is on, our TAWs will leave, enabled for the time being. Over here to our landing speeds, arrival, 61 knots. There we go. We'll do lights and inlet. There we go. If we have to go around, it's just power up, 20 degrees flaps, pitch for the climb, left-hand turn out. Positions, WEWAC, November 10 Kilo, 10 miles to the west, 3000. Be circuit 40, WEWAC. That definitely looks like it's going to be a rainy departure out of here onto Goroka. I have to go right through all of that rain and out of here. It doesn't look like it's like a heavy, stormy rain. It just looks like it's like a constant heavy rain. Hopefully I can get fueled up before the rain makes it to the airport. Mars V1267, November Tango Kilo in the circuit, WEWAC, cancel SAR.
November Tango Kilo, WEWAC, forward terminated.
November Tango Kilo.
November Tango Kilo, Sierra India Delta, request QNH.
I'll let you know when I get on the ground. I was told 1016 on the ground by Hotel Charlie Mike about 10 minutes ago, but I'll confirm that once I get on the ground. There is pretty heavy rain to the southeast of the field, right on top of the mountains, over top of the water, and within about a mile of the field at this time. To the northwest, it's clear as far as you can see, though.
Thank you, Sierra India Delta.
All stations, WEWAC, November Tango Kilo, 3 mile final, 10. Up forward, slow on down, 10 degrees of flaps. Shooting for 61 at the slowest, probably land around 70 is what I usually do when I'm really light. 20 degrees of flaps. I'll go full
500.
Full flaps. On to 70. 5 knots on the nose. I'd say a half a mile is about where the rain is. Heavier rain. 500 on the descent. Full knots fast. We'll just pull our power out just a tiny bit. I'm going to float a little bit longer just because I'm going about 9 knots faster than my VREF. So I'll pull my power out a little preemptively just so I can start bleeding that off a little bit early. Right now is I'm going to start pulling the power out. Alright, there we go. Let's go idle because I know I'm going to make my spot now. There we go, just a little past. Alright, yeah, QNH is, no, this is 1016 like I thought. Down to 1012, nope. 1010. Sierra India Delta, November 10 Kilo, local WEWAC, QNH 1010. I don't know if you heard me. Mars V1267, November Tango Kilo request.
November Tango Kilo, go ahead.
Would you mind passing on the local WEWAC QNH to Sierra India Delta of 1010?
November Tango Kilo.
Probably check out some other videos if you guys would like to see more of Papua New Guinea.